Hello, and welcome back to New Platinum Content, and we're streaming Dikuth's Band of Merry Men today. This is going to be an interesting day as the party has finally made their way out of the shrine and to the surface level. Oh, we lost cameras again. Fix that.
Very spicy.
And as they've finally been able to uh, breathe fresh air. Searching the ruins of some temple that they found after quickly being struck by a trap on said altar, they were able to find a hidden treasure and a hoard of a hidden treasure with sacrificed remains over the treasure itself. As they decided what to do with it and where to go, we left off there. The party was deciding or looking to head back to the ship to reconvene with the crew of. Oh,
Is it spicy smell? Sorry.
is it spicy?
May have had a little too much spice.
The howl of the night. Sorry about that. Had to check my notes again. The crew of the howl of the night. So that's where we'll pick up with, I believe, Dikuth standing there with the rest of his party staring at him as he had been going over an item and was struck by some sort of vision. And that's where we'll pick up. So, what are all of you going to do?
I'm gonna check over Dikuth because we've been trying to get a hold of him and shake him into reality for the last couple hours, have we not?
Yeah. And Dikuth, you feel Sif walk up to you and begin gently shaking you as you come out of this vision that you were struck with. And you look up, and the sun has fallen further in the day as night quickly approaches. Um,
What do you want, Sif? I am trying to do my spells here.
Dikuth, it's been like 6 hours.
Sif kind of is
Are
stuck on words right now.
Are you sure? It usually only takes
Yes.
about 10 minutes.
I point Dikuth towards the sun that is now setting. That did not used to be there. It used to be up in the sky. Now it's down in the sky.
I mean, I trust that you know what you're talking about, Jonathan, but I don't get it.
I just give him a weird look as so like does he not understand how the passing of time works?
So
I mean,
now
all I can tell you guys is I was just doing my spell, and then it was really weird. It showed me I had like a vision of something. You know, like those giant rocks in the sky that sometimes have like water on them and stuff. There's a word for it, but I can't remember. Oh, a planet.
comets.
And then there was a planet, and then like a lot of time passed, and then I like saw all the people who've ever held this staff, and it was really fun. It was weird.
Those things do drugs. That doesn't sound like a
I'm sorry, Katra. You sound a little muffled. Do you want to try that again?
I said you so shouldn't do drugs. It doesn't sound like a good time.
I mean,
So, does anyone particularly want to try and make it back to the ship through the night?
One more time? I was paying attention to the first couple of words you said.
We had been, before Dikuth had his episode, we were going to go back to the ship and see if we could get people to help bring the rest of the treasure back to the ship after. But now it's almost night, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't particularly want to try moving through that jungle in the dark.
No, we're better off staying here at this point.
I agree.
Plus, I think we can actually have like a fire or something. So.
I mean, we're
Question.
kind
A
of
fire might be a great idea.
Fire isn't a good idea.
So are we we decided against the fire though, right?
I don't think we decided. I just brought up that it might not be entirely safe up here. Weren't we being chased when we fell through that pit before?
I mean, yeah, we also don't know exactly what's in that jungle. Right.
Yeah.
So fire seems like we could do like smoldering embers.
But, I mean, even if we get attacked in the night, you humans can't see anything.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
So-
That's not true. I can see everything.
Fine, the other humans can't see anything.
There's only one.
There's definitely
There's
two of them.
two. There's 3 humans here, but 2 of them can't see in the dark.
Who's the third other than Bjolf and Katra?
Sif?
Okay.
I mean,
Don't have to worry
yeah.
too much about when it comes to like if we get attacked in the middle of the night. My blade is still charged. Spawn us a light quick enough. That's just an utterance of words.
Yeah, I often forget that there's someone inside of the big hunk of armor.
Plus, if we are on watch and the humans go on watch, they need a fire to see anything.
I sort of
Oh,
cough, and my my holy symbol around my neck just lights up, and then I cough, and it just goes away.
again, I probably see better than all of you guys do in the dark.
I mean, if you guys don't want a fire, that's fine. We can make a cold meal.
I said we could do like embers.
Jelliff is gonna sit down, and then for the next 30 minutes, I'm gonna cast Wild Cunnings 3 different times.
Okay. And you're using.
The
my
first
question
one-
is how is? Sorry, go ahead.
So the first one is to find edible forage. The second time is to find clean drinking water. And the third time is to have the spirit bring back wood for fire and to help set up the campsite. So if we're not doing fire, they won't do fire, but they'll at least help bring back, like, set up camp and stuff like that.
So I'm sorry. So you want food,
Water,
and firewood.
and then the third one is to help. The third one's to help bring firewood / camping materials.
Got you. All right. And remind me again. Are they? Is it the same? Do you have a? Do you have a picture of what these spirits of nature are to you? I don't recall.
I don't think I had one before. I think before it was just like little fairy lights.
All right.
I think that might be the best way to keep him.
Okay. So yeah, as you cast, you spend the time for the next half hour recasting the spell. You all watch as Jelenith begins basically pouring out of her center of being these tiny little fairy lights that begin gliding out. You know that there is food pretty much. There's edible berries and fruit all throughout the jungles of Maztica. You'll be able to identify which ones are edible versus poisonous. There is clean drinking water, but it is. Oh, I'm sorry. There is not clean drinking water within range. And then they do start bringing back small bits of wood. It's not a lot. It seems that like most of it seems to be broken off pieces that were. You can kind of see that a lot of the wood that is dead fallen is still vine covered, and much of it has been overtaken by the jungles. Anyways, if it has fallen, most of it's still caught up somewhere. But they do begin bringing small bits and pieces for you. But that's about it. What are the rest of you doing during this time?
Katra's trying to figure out a way that he can like create a fire and cast darkness over it without, but still have it be useful to people.
Sif's gonna try and test out one of the walls. See if it would be if it's stable enough for him to possibly climb up and get a good vantage point.
Rex is gonna chill in this corner over here by this pillar and this rubble and like maintain his weapons, I guess.
All right.
Dikuth is going to just kind of. He's actually going to prop himself up against this post here by Kovash and just kind of eye his little scepter.
Question: the area is very temperate, right? So it's not like we're getting cold overnight, right?
No. Not yet, at least. Alrighty. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, then, Sif, please. If you haven't already. Alright. As you test it, you notice that there's many handholds and you could probably easily climb it. However, when you do push on it, it does like visibly shake and move under your weight.
Okay, I won't climb up on this time. All right, for the rest of the time that we got until converging with the camp, I'm just gonna go and kind of sit off to the side and start meditating.
All right.
I should iterate with this meditation. He's gonna take the sword, stab it into the ground, and kind of go bow-legged with the blade in between his legs, in the kind of sense. Keep his hands kind of in a wrapped variation around the sword, kind of keeping a steady, unmoving stance for a bit.
All right. Yep. Go ahead.
Katra is just gonna sit down and kind of like close his eyes and meditate for a while too. But when he like closes his eyes and starts meditating, it really looks like he's just like a dead corpse sitting there. And he's literally just gonna think about like all of the kind of like magical stuff that they've encountered down below.
All right. Anything in particular or specific?
Not really. He's just kind of taking inventory of all of the magical effects and stuff that he's seen, and trying to figure out if any of them might be kind of like part of like the darker arts.
Immediately, you probably know a few stick out to you, but if you want, you can give me an Arcana check. Sif, as time passes, about an hour goes by, and you just are overwhelmed with this sense of just peace and oneness again. A very familiar comfort comes wrapping around you. For the most part, Katra, the obvious undead and that's pretty much it. You think that the whatever the thing with the skin on the walls may have had something to do with dark arts, and you're pretty sure that the cat jaguar man that led you into a trap was probably another dark arts, but you're not 100% sure. All of it was very confusing, and there was a lot of flip flop between what was used down there.
Thank you.
Bjolf, was there anything that you were doing as everybody was beginning to take their rest?
Yeah, he kind of walks off by himself and positions himself where he's kind of like separated from the group and just like sits down, not really leaning against the wall because he's seen how like shaky they are. And then he just kind of takes the statue of the woman that he picked up out of the hole out of his bag, and he's just kind of sitting there holding it and just like running his fingers over it and just like putting his thumb across the cheek. And there's still a little bit of blood left on his hands, so some of it just kind of smears. But he doesn't say anything. He's just sitting there holding and looking at it.
Wait, wasn't there another statue with of like a weird like creature?
I took a statue of a woman.
Yeah, but I thought I thought like I was looking at a different statue and you threw it.
Yeah, that one I chopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, the plaque. She dropped it down the hole into the last room we left.
For the record, once Jelena is done with her spells, Kovash would approach her as well.
Yeah, that's done. That you can do that whenever. But Bjolf, you just as you're sitting there, all you really get is the sense of you get a weird childlike merriment, a giddy-like feeling, and that's it.
I heard virtually none of that.
Oh, so you, as you're sitting there, you quietly are just looking at this and stroking the cheek and everything, and as you do, you're just filled with this sense of childlike wonderment and this giddiness, and it's an odd feeling that is not in place. And yeah, Jelenith finished her spells and is chilling out.
Alright. There's food nearby. There's not really any drinking water, so we might have to make our own if we can create a small enough fire to, boil it clean.
I'm not positive, but
What?
I feel like I still have a full water skin.
Definitely have a full water skin. Just with the fire breathing potion.
Whoa.
What was that?
Whoa. He's got a full water skin and a fire breathing water skin. I think is what he said.
I actually came over here and he pulls out the sword he got here with that, like, you saw the picture right? The
The
weird Aztec
obsidian
sword.
edged wooden sword.
Oh,
He
you
said-
mean that giant Aztec sword thing?
I think this will be useful for you if you find these trees you're looking for.
Isn't it a broadsword?
It's a sword that is especially effective against plants.
I mean, I normally just burn them. It tends to work pretty well. But sure. I guess I'll take a look at it. So I'll grab the Maztica death sword thing. I forgot what we actually called
I
it.
just have it in here as Aztec sword.
The handout. It's I don't know what you guys call it, but it is a +1 longsword.
But wasn't it also something versus plants?
Yes. You guys should have it in your handouts. Let me see.
Oh yeah, it's just a longsword +1. It's what it's marked as. Longsword is a +1 longsword in fine condition, made of laminated wood inset with jagged teeth of obsidian. Deals an extra 2d6 damage to any creature of the plant type.
That.
Yeah, I just kind of figured you've got this thing against these trees, and maybe this would help if you ever had to deal with them quicker than you could make a fire.
Sure. Alright. Thanks.
It weighs 3 pounds.
Thank you.
All right.
Dikuth is just kind of, he's sitting against this wall, like
Whoops.
back against the
there.
wall, knees up, and he's kind of just staring at this rod in his hand, and he whispers to himself, like, "What are you?"
So as you're sitting there and you whisper, you hear that chirpy like giggle again, and a voice runs across your ears that says, "I can be whatever you want me to be."
Oh my god.
And Dikuth just kind of looks around to make sure nobody said that to him, and he quickly just puts it back into his pocket.
Whoops.
All right. Anybody else?
I was gonna go ask Bjolf if I could get the plaque because it was very interesting.
So you go up to him and ask him,
I do go up to him and ask him.
and he just kind of he doesn't seem to notice that you're there at first, and then he just kind of looks up at you. He has this weird like sleepy look on his face. I threw it away.
You threw it away?
Yes.
Why?
There was something about it I didn't really like. It didn't seem to want to be. Anyway,
Okay. Ooh, I'm gonna go find it. I'm gonna figure
I
something
threw it
out
down that
about
hole if you really wanted that badly.
Dope. Also, if it is super strange and awkward and weird, we could just sell it to someone else and let it be their problem.
Do what you want with it.
Mostly either just magic or money to fund magic research.
Right. You need a rope?
I can fly?
Yeah. Alright then, never mind.
Thanks. It's been a great interaction.
Yeah.
All right. Can I get one person to come with me to get food?
I will come with you. Just
I'll-
let me grab this plaque.
I was
can
gonna say
also go
Dikuth
with you.
jumps up.
I'd also be better at it. I spent most of my time looking for food back in the day.
I was just kidding. Apparently, everyone else wants to go.
I was gonna say that I'll sit and wait with the horse and the loot. Keep an eye on the camp.
That
Sif
seems like a
said
great.
without moving in from around the corner.
Kovash, why don't you go with Jelenith? I'll make sure Katra doesn't get himself into trouble.
What do you mean, get myself into trouble?
You sure? You
I
can
don't
go-
want you going back into that place alone.
I mean, I'm not. Look at me. It's very easy to put holes in me. I'm not gonna go in there without like Sif or Kovash. No
Speaking
worry.
of that, Katra, come here.
Oh no.
Wait, where's Beof? Did Beof actually delete your token? His token again?
No,
Hold on.
No,
He's on
it's
the other
just
side
out
of
of
the
your
wall.
sight.
Okay.
I also have no clue where Sif is.
Also just out of your sight.
Well, Sif also said he was talking to stay with the horse, and then he popped around the corner, but he
Yeah,
didn't move
you
his
heard
token.
his voice come
What?
from around this corner here.
Right. I guess while everybody is heading off towards food, I will recover the plaque. I will spend my second fly for the day, and I'll fly over to Sif.
oh my god.
Either that or climb out of a hole, bruv, and I don't have the arm
That's
power.
fine. No, you're good. You're good. No, I get you. You're good. I got you.
That's not. There we go.
And Sif, when Katra comes around, is going to actually kind of remove his hands from the sword, kind of pull into his pack, and he's going to put 2 bracers down on his side. And he's going to say, talk to Dikuth about the properties of these, but either you or Kovash, you make the decision. And then he will return his hands around the blade and return to a meditative stance for a moment and tell people go get food. Then he will actually stand up and keep an eye out.
Muted.
Push your talk, Steve.
Muted.
What?
Oh, Katros like starts saying Sif and like poking you in the head until you respond.
I didn't hear what you said beforehand then.
He was just saying Sif because he asked what do they do?
According to Dikuth, they were something of increasing your defense. I kind of lost track of what he was saying because, well, loading the horse. Oh wait, no, actually, I was too busy trying to get to sleep, so we could try and help Dikuth.
Okay. I will definitely think about it.
Like I said, it's either you or Kovash. Though I hesitate to give it to Kovash for obvious reasons.
Because he'll become less reckless or more reckless than he currently is?
If not more reckless, he'll become harder for any of us to stop if he loses control again. Correct me if I'm wrong, I was pretty much a goner, if not for you guys.
That is also true. I was just literally thinking about like, oh, we could give these to Kovash, but then what if he, for some mysterious reason, starts attacking us like he usually does,
Which
and
is
then
exactly-
we can't stop him.
Which is exactly why I think you should make the decision. I've come to the conclusion that I can't make this decision unbiased, and you being able to avoid a ballista bolt sounds rather appeasing to me.
That's fair. I am like way more intelligent than Kovash is. I'm gonna think about it. And he sits down like cross-legged and kind of like imitates you the best that he can and like looks at them.
I assume while you two are doing that, that Jelenith and your crew has started heading out.
Yes, we'll be
Alright.
picking up. We'll be picking up. You know, I mean, probably most likely just like any kind of berries or fruits or nuts we can find with some
Is it you,
greens.
Kovash, and Bjolf all going?
I thought it was Dikuth and Bjolf.
Oh, who's all going with Jelenith?
I said I would go with her,
Okay.
and then I thought that Dick had said for Kovash to go. I don't remember.
Yeah, I was gonna help Katra with the plaque.
Oh, you offer Kovash to go.
Yes.
If you would, though, Katra, I would like to talk to you privately sometime in the future.
I just need one other person. I don't need a whole
Tonight.
crew.
Tonight
You can
for...
go, it's probably safer that way.
That's fine with me.
All right, let's go. I hope everybody likes fruit
Mushrooms.
and mushrooms.
Yes.
All right.
At the sound of mushrooms, Dikuth's stomach just sinks.
So you all watch as Jelenith and Bjolf take off into the forests, pretty quickly disappearing. Jelenith and Bjolf.
Before they disappear, I'm gonna like crack open an eye and like send a message at Bjolf saying like, hey, if you guys get into trouble or something, like send a signal, like make a loud noise, send up some sparks or some lights or something.
I don't have any of those abilities.
You didn't
Was
hear
there-
this message.
Oh, well, I guess I could shoot a lightning bolt into the sky, huh?
It
Yes.
was for Bjolf.
Jelenith, can you make like a big light or something?
Nope, but I have torches.
Which is
I could burn a couple trees down. Is that big enough sign for you?
The ranger,
You know,
everybody.
I can't say that I'm opposed, but it might have some sort of unforeseen consequences.
You get a
We'll figure it out.
response, Bjolf, if you want one.
What?
You may
for
respond
message.
to this message.
Yeah, I get.
Oh, okay. Basically, all you hear is, "Yeah, we're good." That's it.
All right. Go ahead and both of you give me a survival check or one with the advantage.
I do have a thing that might help with this as a background.
Yeah. So you know what? And actually, because of the wild cunning, you both can make one with advantage yourselves.
I also have that.
Hell yeah!
So both of you give me advantage survival checks, please.
Fuck yeah. Dream team up in here.
23?
Oh, boo. But not
Um,
horrible.
So it's pretty quick. You guys pretty much go maybe 200 feet into the forest before you find this odd tree that grows sideways and curves up and has this white barking around it. And Jelenith, you immediately get the magical sense that this is safe to eat, as you see hanging from these thick triangular-like leaves that are jagged on the edges is this it's basically looks like a peach, but it's deep purple, and each one has like a line indent down the side, and you just see dozens of these hanging from the tree.
So, can I like go up and grab one and then just kind of sniff it?
Yeah.
All right. I bite it. What's it taste like?
It's really good, actually. It's sweet. It the best to it. It tastes like the mix of a peach and a cherry.
Ooh.
And then just has a smooth aftertone.
Nice.
And it's super juicy, and you do see that there is like a large pit in the middle, and the pit itself is an even darker purple than the skin.
So I just start like scarfing this, and I turn around to look at Jelleneth with just like purple juice, just like dribbling down my entire face and dripping on my chin. I'm like, these are good. We should eat these.
Yeah, they look really good. Let's grab a couple of those.
I just start shoving them into my backpack.
Can I look for potential long banana-like leaves?
Oh, leaves. Okay.
Long banana-like leaves.
Yeah. Well,
The
how about this? I'm gonna take a bunch of like longer leaves, and I'm gonna like sniff and lick each one slightly to see if I can see which one gives me the best, has the best flavor.
So the ones of the tree that you're at are okay. They're pretty plain tasting. They're kind of sour, actually, kind of the opposite of the fruit itself. But as you're searching around, you do see this another tree that you are given the sense that is edible, and not the leaves itself, but the roots are edible, and they're these spidery roots that are all visible and above the surface.
Ooh, like mangroves.
Yeah, and you try one of those, and tastes pretty much like a potato. It's pretty good.
I'll grab some of those. I just want to grab some longer leaves that are pretty moist, just so that we have something to cook on.
Sure.
Do I hear the rustlings of any small rodents?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, finally.
Nice.
Alrighty. So, I mean, honestly, you guys have realized that since you got here, it's been nonstop noise.
Right.
From the chittering of monkeys and baboons to the cries of some birds. It didn't really change as it transitioned tonight. The bird calls got louder, and you've heard a couple of growls and roars throughout the night. Nothing really close to you. You do hear that there is like an animal yelp of pain of some sort in the distance, more to the south.
Okay.
Probably a ways off. You're not really sure how far off, but there is something happening.
Yeah, something getting killed by something bigger. I'm good. All right. Never mind.
Yeah, good call. Let's not chase that. I think we have a good haul. Why don't we get back to the group?
Yeah, sounds good.
Alright. As they're doing this, what are the rest of you doing? Anything?
Kovash probably knocks.
Hearing the rhythmic sound of Kovash knocking out, Sif will take his helmet off and rest it on the sword before he kind of turns to Katra and says, "Tell me of your heritage. The way you mold magic has been interesting, to say the least. My magic comes from the divine. He's gifted it. Yours does not seem to be of the same variety."
Hey. Not there.
Yeah, you started that conversation when Katra isn't there.
Katra's there.
No.
Oh no!
Quick.
I just.
Use your eyes,
Yeah, he put it in
Austin.
Discord.
Do we think his
Whoops.
problem from before stream is resolved now?
Should be.
Oh.
Oh, there
There
he
he
is.
is.
Hey, we need you. We need you. We need you. We need you. You're being talked at.
We now have our private moment, Steven. Push to talk.
Sorry, I just made it back.
Oh, welcome back.
Go ahead and restart then,
Oh,
Sif.
sorry. So after we heard Kobash literally, Sif kind of shrugs, puts his helmet onto the sword, and turns to you, Katra, and says, "Tell me of your heritage. The way that you mold magic is interesting, to say the least. The magic I wield is gifted by God. Yours doesn't seem similar."
So you see, like, actually, like, peek open an eye, and like when he peeks open and looks at you, like the entire eye is just like black, and he like and it like narrows down to his like pupil, and he's like, well, yeah, God magic is super weird. Don't understand that one. As I mold magic, I've just always been able to mold magic. So like there's just this like well of energy inside of me, I guess. And whenever I cast a spell, I imagine it's like dipping my hand into the well and like scooping out magic and then like turning it into a spell. Does that make sense?
About as much sense as the gods giving magic does to me.
I've never met a god or anything that has like can gift magic, but that would seem awesome. Do you think that they would have like knowledge about the dark arts? And when he says the dark arts, like he leans in like very interested.
I can't speak for mine. Tempest is a god, an avatar of war. From the stories I've heard, he bested one of the previous ones, and that's how he earned his title as the Lord of Battles.
Well, I mean, surely someone who is very warlike and enjoys wars knows something of dark arts, correct? I mean, doesn't all gods like employ magic? Isn't that a thing? Catra doesn't know.
Tempest is the equivalent, if I could, of what mortal neutrality would be. He does not care what you fight for. He does not care who you fight for. He only cares that you fight with honor, dignity, and diligence. If one would turn over the wrong hand towards you, if you are able to hold yourself in fights with that molded steel, you have his blessing.
Sure, but how? Like, what does that? How do you equate that to like magical terms?
Sif sits there for a good like 2 minutes before he, with a totally serious, stern look, kind of turns back, and just for a moment, it's just the stern and coldness is gone. As for a split moment, the young man he used to be just kind of comes through as he gives a full, visible shrug. It's not something I make too much of an understanding of, which is why I'm asking you if maybe in the future you might be willing to teach, if I can learn.
I mean, you mean like an apprentice?
One could argue it as such, yes.
I mean, I suppose I've never had one before.
But there are questions that must be answered first.
Well, I mean, but you already know how to work magic, though. So, like, what could I teach you to work magic?
Who knows? Maybe I have gifts that I don't know. Maybe you can help me reach down and, as you said, pull it out.
I mean, we can certainly try. However, what do I get out of it?
Well, so far I've stood by your side and made sure that you were alive when you fell.
And I didn't even have to
I will
teach you
always
magic for that one.
alone. No,
I
but
mean, I'm looking for some type of knowledge or understanding of dark arts. Like, I was at this college and I'm really good at them. It's just whenever you practice them at school, people just feel some type of way, and then there's punishments, and then they don't really tell you why they're bad, and no one can really tell me why I shouldn't look into them. So I kind of feel like I should look into them.
well, let me answer your question with another one that's been pondering my mind, especially since we found ourselves within this hellhole. What does it mean when you're born? What does it mean when when the sun covers the back of the moon?
It's the solar eclipse.
The same sign I was born under.
You were born under a solar eclipse. Like, you were born during a black day, like the day turned nighttime, and then there was like woo, and then it's kind of special, I think.
From what my parents told me before they sent me off, yes.
Wait,
I don't know
about
if
to
there's
do a
any
bad
truth to
academy?
it yet.
I don't mean to interrupt, but at this time, they would be back. So we're gonna rewind. We're gonna rewind for a second, and I'm gonna find out, Dikuth, what were you doing during this time? You hear Sif and Katra having some sort of conversation, and Kovash is knocked out. Jelenoth and Bjolf have disappeared into the forest.
Well, Dikuth was gonna walk over and talk to Kovash, but then he fell asleep. So Dikuth is just kind of standing there, empty-minded, open mouth, just kind of nothing going on in there.
Oh no.
Which way are you facing?
I'm kind of like I'm imagining like the John Travolta meme where he just kind of turns this way, that way. He just kind of
As you sweep by, you do the where the bat had stood. There's now just the smiling face of a gorgeous red-haired woman, larger than like a humanoid, about the size of the statue where it once stood, but she's just kind of smiling at you.
Guys, I think Bill found some really good food.
Wait on that 1 second.
Oh.
Dikuth is gonna put his hand on his blade. Dikuth is now cautious of mysterious women he meets in mysterious places.
It's about time.
So, and he kind of looks over at Kovash. He's asleep, and who are you?
And you just hear the voice. I am known as Sate.
Sakte. Would you mind putting that in the chat?
Sate. S. Yeah, I got you. No.
Okay.
Oh, that's a spice. Satay.
Well, where did you come from, and why are you here? It's kind of a dangerous place for a beautiful lady such as yourself.
She looks at you confused for a moment. Where is here, if not everywhere? I have been here forever.
Oh. Well, then you're probably good. I've been here for a couple days. I think it's a couple days. I don't know. Time is hard to tell when you're stuck in dangerous caves.
You hold a token of my mistress. You call?
token, and Dikuth just kind of takes his backpack and dumps it out.
You feel the rod begin to like gently vibrate wherever it is.
Oh, you mean this? And he pulls the staff out of his pocket. Is this yours?
It's my mistress's.
Oh,
Oh, does she want it back?
No.
I mean, finders keepers, but if you really want it back,
No. It can be yours if you want it to be.
thanks. It's really pretty. I'm not a big fan of like the skulls, but I like the silvery look to it.
Well, the skulls were added by the last owner of the rod.
Oh yeah, I did see that a lot of people have had this thing over the years. Why is it sometimes it looks different?
It takes on the appearance of the owner's choosing.
Oh,
Or what best represents them through my mistress.
and who is your mistress?
Suni.
Can you repeat that?
Suni.
Suni. Okay. That's fun. I'm Dikuth.
Hello, Dikuth.
oop.
Oh no.
Okay. So it was fun that you were visiting. I think my friends will be back soon. Do you want to meet them?
No.
Okay. Well, what did you visit for?
To meet you, Dikuth.
Oh, well, hi.
Hello and goodbye. And you see the face disappear. And that's when you hear Bjolf and Jelenith crash through the underbrush of the remaining jungles, interrupting the conversation that Sif and Katra are having, and basically pulling you out of this other daydream that you were having.
What a nice lady.
Thanks, Dikuth.
Hi, Jelena.
You see Wolf like come in behind Jelenith. He has like this crazy huge smile on his face, and there's just like thick purple juice dripping down his beard. It's like everywhere. His eyes are a little bit too wide. It's just like some good fruits. Just
Yo found some really good stuff.
yeah.
You should stay away from drugs.
No, it's like really good fruit apparently.
Yes. As far as I can tell, it is probably the best fruit I've ever eaten, and everyone should have some immediately.
Well, we're gonna go set up a small fire and then cook some food, and then yeah. Yolf is very excited about this food, guys.
How is everybody else doing? Is everyone just happy to be out of there and, just happy?
Are you eating more?
What? And you see he's just like, he puts like half an eaten fruit behind his back.
So you guys just missed her. We had a visitor, and I promise I didn't
We did?
kiss this one, but she was a pretty lady,
We did.
and I promise I didn't kiss her this time, but she wanted to say hi, but she left before you guys got here.
Where was he standing?
Stiff gets up, grabs Contra up, and goes to the corner. Like, wait, really?
Over by the bats.
Koch gonna lean over to Sif him like, there's definitely no one else here.
I would check for footprints over by the bats, as he says it.
Leans
I'm-
close. I'm with you on this one.
DM, did we hear her? Yeah, I'm gonna like shoot a message at Jeleneth and like whisper like, yeah, there's definitely no one else here. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. We've been here the whole time and there was no movement.
Yolf runs up to Dikuth, hands him a half-eaten fruit, and he's like, "So this lady was she beautiful? What was her name? What did she look like?"
She was very beautiful. She had red hair. Her name was Suni, and she represents another lady who I have to assume is beautiful as well. Her name is Satay.
Does any of that ring a bell?
Not a damn bit.
Okay, cool. I just start like smiling and nodding. I'm like, well, if there's two of them, that means there would be one for you, and then you could also give one to a friend.
That's an interesting
Sis
idea.
kind of leans forward and asks, "Are you drunk, yo?"
What? No, I haven't had any alcohol since... It's been a long time.
Can I have one of them? Does the fruit smell like the bottom of a bottle?
Are you smelling it?
No. He's asking that to Bjorn.
Wait, oh, no. It tastes like,
Well, what does
mixtures
it?
of fruit. What?
But-
It tastes like fruit. Several fruits. Fruits.
Does it?
Yes.
Does it smell fermented?
I take one out of my pocket and I sniff it. Does it smell fermented?
No, it smells really sweet and earthy.
I say, no, it smells amazing, and I like smash one against this helmet.
Sid's just gonna kind of blink, take off the helmet, and let the juice just kind of drip into his mouth a little bit.
It's really fucking good, Sif. Like, it tastes like the juiciest peach with a little bit of cherry juice mixed in. And, like, it's very sweet, but then comes down pretty neutral. So it
I'm
doesn't
gonna take
leave
a
that
piece-
bad aftertaste.
Nice. I'm gonna take a piece of the smashed fruit and offer it to Contra and say, actually, it's pretty fucking good.
He definitely eats it.
Yeah. So in about 10 minutes, the both of you will feel whatever emotion you're currently feeling heightened to an extreme.
Fuck. Sif's on his knees in 10 minutes. Praying.
We'll get to that in a second. What are the rest of you doing? Jelenith, you're setting up a fire and making your camp and getting everything good, I'm assuming.
wanted to
The
check-
adult of the party.
I wanted to check for those footprints that Dikuth says he saw some woman standing over by the bat. I wanted to check if there's footprints outside of ours.
You're missing the most important part, Jelen.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Beal. I apologize.
Never mind. It was bullshit. Go.
I was just gonna see. You can give me a survival check or investigation check, whichever one you'd like. Sorry if that was late. If you would like to do an investigation, you could.
No, it's good.
Okay. Yeah. As you search around, there's no footprints other than your own that you can tell.
Dikuth, I think you're seeing things again. There's no other footprints around here. I don't think there's any other women.
Maybe she was floating, Jeleneth. You ever think of that?
That's like, I don't remember if she was floating. I wasn't really paying attention to her feet.
Because the rest
She
of
would have
her-
had to have floated past us to get here, unless she came from inside the temple.
Well, did she disappear back into the temple then?
Unless she reached in and grabbed hold of the magic.
She said she's been here forever, so I think she lives here somewhere.
Oh, pardon
Alright.
me.
Well, I'm gonna start cooking. Very slowly, because
Okay.
this is not a big fire. So I must get a fire going. I'm gonna like set up I'm gonna try and set up like rocks. I'm gonna grab some of these boulders on the side and set up like a flat surface so I can lay the leaf across,
Yeah.
and then like cook some of the mushrooms that we found on top of it. and hopefully try not to burn the giant leaf that that I
I
got.
will. I will use prestidigitation and control fires to make the fire perfect.
Well, you find that the leaf itself is actually pretty fire resistant. It doesn't seem to burn on its own at all. There seems to be a thick, waxy substance over the leaf that slowly is melting. And as you cook the roots and things, it does actually make a hearty smell in the air.
At some point while she's cooking, can I try to squeeze some of the fruit sneakily into the food?
You can certainly try.
I would love to try.
You can give me a sleight of hand check.
You got it.
Dikuth, have you eaten any of this fruit that's been thrown around? Oh no.
I have not. I'm actually looking around at the bat at this moment.
Sure.
You should try the fruit. It's really good.
Katra and Sith, you start feeling your emotions intensify to the 10th degree. I not even really gonna need. I mean, all right, Jonathan, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Roll out one.
Alrighty, so as you're sitting there and you're finding out that the leaf is actually working really well and all of that, you see this big dark shape like lumber over you at first, you know, the shadow just immediately over you, and you feel like this drip of something hit your shoulder as as Bjolf is leaning over you, beginning to try and pour some of this juice of this fruit into the what you're cooking.
Are you okay, Bjorn?
What? Oh, yeah, I'm. What you making?
I'm making our dinner. I've never seen you this happy before.
Oh, it's a hard time thinking about when I was this happy. Well, I could name one time, but I don't. Never mind.
All right. Well, food will be ready in like a little bit.
He runs away. He runs away.
Hey guys. I have this idea, and I think that there's some dark magic down in this temple, and we should go back in there. But like,
Am I aware that Ketra's also eaten the fruit?
Probably not. I mean, unless
probably not, because it happened between me and
He did
Sif.
say out loud, this fruit is really good,
He
guys.
did say this fruit is really good, though.
I said it did taste really good.
I prefer.
And he looks back at Sif. He said, Sif said he'd protect me, and that we could be cool little like apprentice things, and we can go inside and find lots of magic. And so like he's gonna be really awesome.
I lean my head out from behind the wall and say, "Ooh, Sif found himself a lover," and then lean back.
And everyone can probably now see Sif has dropped his helmet on the ground, is looking up in the sky, and says, "For Tempest!" and drops to his knees.
Oh no.
But I'm not Tempest though. That's his god. That's someone totally different. I have no clue or how that works. But we definitely want to go find that magic in that temple.
Kovesh, you can give me a perception check if you'd like at his yell.
I did just now, and it's the 12 because I'm asleep. So
Yeah, you can wake up if you'd like. You groggily would roll awake to the "For Tempest" being shouted near your campsite.
I was trying to bring everything in the jungle down on us. The hell's going
You guys
on?
are acting a
We
little.
can't hear you, Katra.
You guys are acting a little weird.
You're acting weird.
Everybody's really happy, which is odd.
Actually,
Ketra, because he was angry, legitimately angry just the other day.
Yes, I think
Katra?
I think Sif is acting super weird because who would ever praise a bag of shit like Tempest?
The helmet goes flying. Flies against the wall.
You then done it. You said something bad.
That's where we'll take our break. Right there. That's where we'll take our break. Holy shit. Oh my goodness.
Philip hasn't felt this much emotion in like 10 years.
Philip hasn't said this much since he got here.
Katra hasn't expressed this much emotion in like 10 years.
Fifth hasn't felt like this since he was a kid, so this is like 50 years of pent up shit escaping.
What the hell? All right, guys. Sorry. Thank you for joining us. I'm gonna cut that real quick because we're about an hour and a half in, so we're gonna get our break in real quick and let everybody just decipher what just fucking happened for a moment. We will meet back at let's just say 1:35. Is that good, or does anybody want more time?
I think we can plan that if we need a couple more minutes. Oh well.
Okay. All right. So we'll see you guys then. All right. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll hope to see you back in a couple of minutes. And welcome back to Dikuth's Band of Merry Men on new platinum content. Last we left off, the group aided by Jeleneth had found edible food, and were having deep intellectual conversations, as well as discovering more about the staff that one of them carried. When they returned, Jeleneth began starting her camp and basically, like I said, being the adult of the group, while the rest of the group proceeded to eat the fruit that they would soon find out would intensify all of their emotions. As it progressed, it got to a point where the cleric of the group, Bjolf, said a very insult-like line towards a certain god of the group, and that paladin of Tempest threw his helm against the wall, and that's where we'll pick up as the clang, 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 clang echoes around the room. Sif?
I have nothing I can say about yours. I don't even know whose yours is, so just helmets! God, this feels amazing!
You all hear sudden yelling.
He just starts cackling.
Somebody, Bjolf, come here! And Sif raises kind of fist. Punch me!
What did you say at the end there?
Punch me.
Punch me!
What was he? Oh my god! What? Why do you want me to punch you?
I'm curious.
He wants you to hit him as hard as you can.
Oh, okay.
Dikuth kind of just swats Katra.
Can I cast guidance on myself and then punch him?
Sure.
Okay. Then what do I roll to punch him?
Give me an attack roll with your strength modifier.
Okie day. I'll basically just roll a strength check, yeah. Woo! And then with the D4, good, it's a 4.
Yeah. So, Bjolf, you were really like passionate and intense and excited, and all of a sudden you're just really, really confused by what Sif is asking of you. You're just overwhelmed by this. So you throw and it just bounces off his like front chest piece.
Yeah.
Sif.
And my arm like hangs in front of me, and I just kind of like sit there with my arm dangling in front of me and my mouth is just kind of open, just like staring off through his chest.
Will sit there for a clean moment and say, no, like this, and then just straight raises a fist, pulls it back, swings, and clocks himself in the jaw.
Oh, shit.
Oh, he punches himself.
Alright.
The worst part
Spit
is
onto the
they're
ground.
behind a wall from me, so I don't see any of this. I just hear
You,
people punching things.
you could roll damage if you'd like.
1 plus strength, right?
Yeah.
4. I got it.
Alright.
It wasn't on the armor either, so it's not ridiculous.
Yeah, Bjolf, your confusion is intensified by even more as you watch Sif just clock himself in the face with a mailed gauntlet. You watch a part of his flesh like scrape off as he tumbles down the steps. Kovash, you walk around the corner as you see these two having some kind of moment, and then you watch Sif cold clock himself in the face and fall down the stairs. What are the rest of you doing? Hold on one second, Bjolf.
Drop to the ground and start muttering in Undercommon. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. Make it all make sense again. Make it all make sense again.
So you start
casting sleep.
hearing multiple mutterings of a language you don't really understand, any of you.
It's gonna kind of sit up, shake his head, and spit a little glob of blood and say, "Okay, that hurt. I wasn't expecting that."
DM, did you get my whisper?
I. Hold on one second.
Before this happens, yep.
Yeah, Sif just. You all hear him start snoring loudly as Katra begins preparing a spell, and
They don't see it.
well, Dikuth probably does.
No, I use silent, like my meta magic.
Oh. Well, yeah, silent doesn't mean that he can't see you.
It allows me to cast without verbal or somatic components.
Okay. Why is it called silent? That's weird.
Fancy.
It's
Sure.
subtle style.
Subtle, my bad.
Well, get it right next time, Katra. So yeah, you just hear him start snoring.
Wait, does he like just fall asleep instantly and then just like collapse to the ground?
No, he was already on the ground. So like he's like you see him starting to like roll over, and then he is. Kovash, Dikuth, Jonathan, what are you guys doing?
Kovash looks at Beowulf and says, "Do I need to do that to you, or can you be quiet?"
When no one knows.
He just stops at the sound of another voice, like looks over, sees Sif sleeping, looks over at you, and just immediately feels relief, which kind of calms the confusion. He just stands up and looks at you as though nothing has happened. He's like, "What do I need to be quiet for?"
In the middle of the jungle, we don't want to draw attention to ourselves. And Kovash.
I wasn't being loud. Who was the ones that screamed?
Hey, food's ready, guys.
It's ready.
Dikuth goes and he
I don't think I've ever
picks
been
up
so
Sif.
hungry in my life. And you see Katra just sit down and like eagerly stare at Jelenoth, waiting for the food to be like doled out.
Correction, he drags Sif.
But he doesn't. He doesn't move, so like it looks like it's kind of like just a statue staring at Jelenoth, but kind of excitedly.
Beowulf, give me a perception check at disadvantage. Dikuth, you can also give me a perception check.
Where's the rest of
Why
the
does he
game?
get a disadvantage?
Sure, I guess you guys can have your portions first. It's hot. It's good hot. Good fresh hot mushroom
That
on
is
a
a
stick.
7.
Alright. Yeah. So you just begin dragging Sif over to the campsite. One second.
Alright, guys, use your stick. Take your food. Don't burn yourself, please.
Kovash eats and then goes.
I
and lays
take the
down.
stick from Jelenoth and instead of putting food on it, I swat Sif.
What?
The stick literally will probably just break against his body.
I was gonna say my favorite part is he's wearing armor, so you're basically swatting him across the face.
Yes, just a little, not like a whack, but like just a swat.
Does this wake me up, or am I?
Where do you hit him?
The face.
Yeah, you definitely wake up, Sif.
Sif just kind of remains laying there and says, "That's why I don't like to drink."
Yeah, you as you wake up, you do feel like a dull ache as your emotions and Feelings feel very jumbled and confused and are receding in their intensity.
All right. You guys have to use your own water to drink it down. But yeah, mushrooms and roots. And I guess if you want for dessert, those fruit.
Oh, I'm not gonna gather that. The food is weird.
I eat it all.
So Dikuth dives in.
Alrighty.
Kovash eats silent.
Is mine also wearing off, or am I still just?
You're still pretty going.
Well,
You ate more than one fruit, so it's pretty up there.
I only drank a little bit of juice, so
I did eat several. Yeah. So I just sort of like grab the food and just start shoveling it into my mouth like a rabid wolf. This is like really good. I'm a fan.
Sif's gonna eat slowly, mainly focusing chewing with the other side of his face that he didn't clock.
Good. Glad you guys like it. Now, can we talk about what was going on over there? What was all that noise?
Huh? Oh. I don't. He punched himself in the face. I don't know what happened. It wasn't my fault.
Oddly, that's very in character with Sif to do.
See? Exactly.
I'm sorry, but when have I hit myself?
Are we talking before or after you insulted his god?
Wait,
What?
Sif sits up. I'm sorry, did I miss something?
You missed your food. Eat your food.
Oh, okay. And I'll lie back down and eat lying down, as unhealthy as it is.
Don't eat lying link down. You're gonna choke.
I'm fine.
I don't know if that's in his concern. He punched himself, so.
Alright, so if everybody is done punching themselves, we should set up watches for the night.
As you're eating and saying this, you look up over the fire, Jelenith, just in time to see this large black beast come hurtling around the corner. It's an elongated panther-like form, very muscular and sleek, and you see two large lasher-like tendrils curving up out of the back. And you see it immediately as it moved a rock, and you see it splash down as it comes sprinting forward. You immediately hear another crack of wood from something behind you. But we're going to have you guys roll initiative here in a second. Don't roll yet. Alright, go ahead. Remember to click on your tokens.
That moment when you blew off spells because you thought you were going to have combat.
Nat 20!
6.
That's why
That-
Sif warned you, Katra. Always be prepared.
We should create an emote for Nat 20s and Nat 1s. Unless Kyle already had some from Critical Role.
I had some from Critical Role. But yeah, that'd be dope. We can make our own spin on it. What the?
Oh Jesus! Look at that token.
Yeah, large.
That's
It's basically
big.
what they do.
Huh.
Angry kitty.
Sif, you see Jelenith look up immediately, and you see in her eyes in the firelight something big and dark right behind you as you suddenly feel a presence, as you hear the whistling of wind as something flies through the air at you. So that will be 21 and an 18.
The 18 misses.
Alrighty.
Wait, actually, no, that actually hits. I don't have my shield out. It's on my back. Rip. Oh no.
So you'll take 12 bludgeoning damage. Plus an additional.
Is it magical in nature?
An additional 7 piercing damage. No.
Thank you. One more.
No, you actually don't feel any sort of anger rising or temptation to do anything like that. It's weird.
Okay. Cool.
It's weird. It begins filling like there seems to be like an empty fuel, right? Like you just seem to be out of energy to be able to do it. It's an odd feeling. It makes you feel like you want to do it, but you just can't. And then it does that, and you watch as it keeps going. And then alrighty.
Wait, it ran away?
Jonathan, you watch as this black cat appears out of nowhere. Its 2 tentacles scrape deep across Sif's back as it quickly darts off again. Give me a perception check right off the bat as well.
Did you say 2 tentacles?
You hear some like a scrabbling noise in this general direction. It just seems to be echoing from back here as well.
Scrabbling noise?
Yeah. Like claws on stone.
Okay.
Quickly.
From behind us. Shit. What to do? I instantly get up and say, guys, giant panthers, arm yourself, and then I will knock back an arrow, and I will ready a shot for the first creature I see that comes within range. Well, not within,
Sure.
but the first creature I see that pops out of my view, which is there, there, and there. I don't see anything up here because of the columns.
Sure. And give me 1 second, actually. Alright, and that's your turn, you said?
Yep.
Alright. Sif, what's your dex?
10.
Alright. Well, you're going at the same time. So,
I'll spend 5 movement to get up.
sure.
I will take out the shield and get into a much more proper position behind with that. I will use a bonus action to cast Armor of Agathis on myself,
Sure.
creating this spectral frost armor that kind of like covers some of the weaker portions or the exposed areas of the armor, as well as giving Sif like a spectral cowl helmet kind of aspect.
Before you go
And
on,
then I will.
before
Okay.
you go on, because it does have a higher dex than you see it suddenly come careening around the corner again, claws on debris, rock flying everywhere. Its image, you kind of look at it, and it's hard to see. It's weird. It's one place, then it's not. Even when it's moving, there seems to be multiples of them. Like there's 2, no, there's 3, maybe there's 1, all standing right next to, on top of, and where it is as well. And 2 of these large tentacles come out and try and slap you again.
I can see that, can't I?
Oh yeah.
I'll wait till you guys. I'll wait till you're done rolling, and I'll take my shot.
So that'll be 8 and 15. I don't think those hit.
Neither of those hit at 17.
Sure. And so then continue with whatever you're gonna do.
I
take
think
my
Gentleman's
shot.
shot will
Go for
come
it.
out.
That's gonna hit.
Awesome. I will expend a charge.
All right.
Oh, it's this button. With 5 points of piercing, and then we'll put the piercing thorns on it.
Sure.
So that's 4 points, and then the charge is 1d8. Yeah, 1d8. Woo!
So
That
what
would
is
be
the
a
total for me, please?
14 piercing, 8 lightning, so that's 22 points. As everybody just hear a huge thunderbolt, or a huge thunder just comes out from my bow as I launch an arrow across this gap.
Yeah. Righteous. So Sif,
has
Katra, you guys are standing there kind of, well, Sif, you've more regained your bearings, but over your shoulders, this streak, it breaks the sound barrier even and almost splits your eardrum as it smacks into this cat-like creature. Oh shit. I'm sorry. You were at disadvantage technically. I apologize because it is a displacer beast.
So it's a natural one.
My bad. Yes.
No!
So yeah, no. You watch as it careens past. Is it only on hit?
Yeah, it's only on. Oh, my thing?
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, my
you,
thing's only
you
on
don't
hit.
even use a charge then. So yeah, you still have all your charges as well. So an arrow flies over your shoulder, and Jonathan, what you thought was the creature is now gone, and the arrow flies off into the darkness. I apologize. That's me being mistaken again.
It's okay. I was pretty sure I'm supposed to have disadvantage, but I'm like, you said it hit. I'm like, all right,
Yeah,
I hit with
that
9,
was-
sure.
The bow, I wanted to see you use it. I was really excited. Like, all right.
You said 2 tentacles, and I was like, what?
What are you doing, Sif, with the rest of your turn?
Okay. After seeing that and after dodging out from a couple of those, Sith with the shield forward, and I can't exactly draw my weapon right now, I'm going to run forward run forward and get into range of it, and I'm actually gonna just try bashing it with my fucking shield a couple times. While
You're gonna
keeping it
have to chase it a little bit because it is gonna keep running on its turn.
Wait, isn't putting a shield on an action?
Is it?
Well, the shield is like drawing a weapon.
No, it's armor. You have to
Yeah.
dodge. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it does take an action.
Oh, okay. Then actually, my action bonus actions are good.
All
I'll
right.
just get into. I'll get to right here and. Sorry, get to this point and yell out to everybody. It's just around the corner.
Sure. And as you're yelling that, you all hear "Food"
Ah!
as another sleek, slightly smaller, but it's more toned, and the tentacles seem to be a good foot longer. As Dikuth and Bjolf, you both now have these large, spike mouth-like tentacles flying at you. Dikuth, what in the world? That's not gonna hit. Bjolf, all right, that'll hit. 24.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, I've been rolling like crap today though.
Welcome to my every game.
Hey, it's got to be someone.
God, it was
So
not us
you're
when
gonna
it was against the
take
dragon.
5 points of bludgeoning damage
Fabulous.
and another 6 points of piercing damage.
Wonderful.
As you feel this large club-like tentacle smack into your neck, and you feel these teeth graze and scrape off parts of your flesh on your neck. And then that's fine. It'll retreat. Dikuth, you could take an attack if you'd like.
I would certainly like.
You are also at disadvantage, though. Keep in mind.
Yes, sir. Sorry, I'm moving slow. My brain's not working right now.
I feel so
That is
bad.
a 22.
All right, that'll hit. Oh, which one did you go? Are you using your sword? You're going at this one then?
Yes.
5, 10. Get you there.
It tried to calculate the crit, so just a.
Just 8 points? All right.
Yep.
You hear this loud growl, panther-esque hiss, as you get a good gash across its shoulder, causing some blood, but it still seems ready to take you on. Katra, all this has happened now. What are you doing? You see, I should describe, you do see that these cats who have had these waver illusion like images up until this point, you see Dikuth scrape across the shoulder of one and its illusion flickers away and you see a solitary cat.
Question. Am I still under the effects of this fruit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So first you see Katra just kind of like stand up, and you see his entire body like kind of freeze, and he like looks over at Dikuth and in front of this like huge cat, and he just says like, guys, I am going to try to darkness that panther, and he pulls out a dagger and he moves. Give me a second. I have to juggle some stuff.
Where would you like to move to? Oh,
Here,
yeah.
I think.
Normally you
I-
have
I-
trouble.
Let me double.
9.8. Nice.
Yeah, it's because Steven's token isn't quite exactly centered on the square.
I see that.
Slightly ajar.
Door is slightly ajar. Door is slightly ajar. Does
Yeah,
darkness
so-
versus darkness work?
So I'm going to pull out a dagger.
Oh boy. Here we go.
I'm going to drop the dagger at my feet. I'm going to cast darkness on that dagger. And I'm going to use my spell points instead of a spell slot.
Sure.
Because I'm a boss ass motherfucker. And then because I cast the darkness, I can see through it. So there's a 15-foot globe of darkness. It's a 15-foot radius circle of darkness around me.
Around you?
Around me, because I dropped the dagger at my foot, and then I cast darkness on the dagger. Because technically, I can cast darkness on something. It just can't be carried or worn. And I believe turn economy. That's my turn.
So there's
but
a glow
before my-
of darkness around you.
Yeah. So, but before my turn is over, I'm gonna yell. I'm gonna throw this dagger at that panther and hopefully get it stuck.
Alrighty. Thank you, Jelenith, for making that. Kovash.
Kovash only has one rage left, and I think it's safe to say he's decently surprised and caught off guard here.
Before you go on, by the way, for the rest of you who it matters, it doesn't matter for Kovash. But it is nighttime, and I didn't set the map because I didn't want to have you all reload. So keep in mind, the only fire source right now, the only light source, is the campfire that Jelenith is standing next to.
About how large is the source?
About a torch fire's radius.
I gotcha.
Go on.
So Kovash is gonna dash around, seeing Dikuth move toward this new one that other people haven't noticed as much. And on his way, he's going to use his bonus action to let any guard out to play. Go into a Zerker Rage.
Thank fucking God I didn't give him the burst.
Take attacks at it.
Go for it.
And these actually have advantage, right?
Because you're recklessing? Oh, yeah, no, you're also, yeah. Yep. Those will both hit.
We're gonna expend a charge on the first one.
Sure thing.
$19 on the first one. 14 on the second.
Alright, pretty good.
As
chunk.
Kovash tries spinning as he drags his sword across this thing
You
multiple times.
watch now as the image has straightened up and you dart around the large beast as your ally is keeping its attention, and you're able to dig 2 large stabs into the back of the beast because it's moving so much. You're really only able to scrape these long jagged cuts, and it immediately turns its panther-like head at you, and you watch as one tentacle trains on you. I assume that's your
I
turn.
growl at it.
Nice. Bjolf.
So the blood that's coming out of his neck from where he got hit by the beast just starts like pumping out unnaturally a lot. And he just gets like this look in his eye because this just reminds him of the days of his youth running around and killing beasts, and it feels good. I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians on myself and I'll just use the blood that is coming out of me, and it forms these like gnarly looking wolves that just sort of circle around me.
Hell
And then I'm
yeah.
gonna pull out Char. Yeah.
Hell
Then I'm
yeah.
gonna pull out Char's touch and just head over by the fire so I can see and wait
Righteous.
until I can see one of them.
Alrighty. That's could you
That's
what's the radius on that again?
It is. Hold on. 15 feet. Is everyone tilting their heads at me?
No, I'm. How did Dikuth? What?
Says I used to use it all the time.
No, I'm not confused about that spell. I'm confused. Dikuth being up now. I'm confused. Well, all right, Dikuth.
Yeah, I thought you moved me.
Did I just do your turn out of order? Apparently.
No, he moved. I thought he moved out of my range, and you gave me an attack of opportunity. But I think you also moved my character at the same time.
Oh shit. Well, here. I'm not sure where you were.
So
Well,
the 17 DM.
yeah.
Okay, so I'm still good then.
So nothing changes there. But yeah, we'll move you back because I think you were either in this square or this square. You can choose
Yeah, I was
which
next to Jelena.
you want. This square, okay, that's fine. And then you could take your turn anyways. I was just really confused. I was like, wait, what? I know I moved away from him.
I asked earlier. I was confused. Yeah, it's all good. But with that, I mean, Dikuth already has Shatter Spike ready. He's going to. I guess he's gonna just move on in. And before he does that, he's gonna shout out, the ring for talking to animals. Does anybody have the ring? And then he's going to make an attack.
All right, give me your attack. Shit. Yep, that's 8 total. Gotcha. You see a good amount of blood as it's now distracted between the two of you, and you're able to quick hack at the tentacle, but miss, but end up landing into the back of the shoulder neck area as it's moving in a quick fashion. It openly growls at you. What is that the end of your turn then?
Yes, it is.
Jelena.
Well, one cat went around the corner that I could barely see, and the other cat's right behind me, which seems a little bit more easier to get to, but it seems to be handled by Dikuth and Sif.
Kovac.
Oh yeah, sorry, Kovas.
Keep in mind that's a giant hole right now.
Yeah. You know what? I think I'm just going to assist Dikuth and Kovas. So. And then enlarge. We'll have some fun here.
Let's get on this.
And
I
then
feel like you haven't enlarged for a really long time.
well, I haven't need to for a while, but this gives me a reach of an extra reach of extra 5 feet, so I can hit him from this far away. Yeah, you're not the only you're not the only creature here with range, fucking beast. And then I'm hit him twice.
Throw him around.
All right, go for it.
I'm guessing at advantage because Kovac is
Yeah.
on the other side. $24
That's gonna hit. Alrighty.
with the thorn, so that's 11 points of slash. Oh, 10 points of slashing, 1 points piercing.
Alright.
Second attack. Oh, so close to that nat 20.
That's gonna hit.
And then 7 points.
Alright. You land 2 quick blows near the neckline, and you see the glint in the cat's eyes start to turn into a fear look as it begins bleeding profusely, and it starts to look like it's losing complete control over its leg. I assume that's the end of your turn?
Yes.
Alright.
I will say, careful, there's another cat around the corner.
This one
Or-
is going
yeah.
to
Panther, cat.
disengage.
Do I get a reaction because it's technically walked out of my reach?
It's disengaging this
Oh,
turn.
okay, right, never mind.
Eh.
Token's too big to get through all the rubble.
Oh. It doesn't need to. It can move there.
Now I'm at 20.
Do I get an op attack?
It disengage.
Disengage.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that.
Yep,
No,
I thought
you're
the same.
good.
I did the same thing.
Sif, as it's attacking you, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to take these attacks first and see how that goes. That's actually going to pretty much determine if I am going to take the dodge action or lay on hands.
19 and 18 respectively.
Both miss.
Alrighty then.
Staying behind my shield axe. Then with the I will take the I will draw the sword with free action while saying Tempest guide my hand, causing the blade to erupt into a plume of fire, giving me that 20/20 vision. And I'm going to use my action for the dodge action and keep my back against the wall and look towards that one. Say it's about 30 feet out. Look over the other side. Same for the other.
Katra.
Oh boy.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So you see Katra just like take off running, and he moves.
Whoa. They won't
We don't see you take
until
off
you
running
get
at
out
all.
of the
You see a
circle.
giant globe of darkness moving, and I think I was there.
Wait,
Let me-
darkness moved with you because it's on a dagger, right?
So you picked up the dagger?
Sorry, I pick up the dagger before I move.
You're here.
So that's correct. I would be here, and then I can still see him, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw the dagger,
Okay.
and I imagine it in a very Assassin's Creed way. It probably isn't, but that's how it is in my mind.
Well, you can give me an attack roll, and we'll see how it goes from there.
Oh, I'm trying to. There it is.
What?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Is it
Good
displaced?
job, Meepo.
Well, you throw it, and I believe what's the max distance on a dagger? I think
60.
the short range is 30 though, right?
Oh,
20.
it's 20.
Yeah.
No.
Isn't
So
that 2040?
it doesn't matter.
Thought it was
You can
30.
give me another roll in case you roll a nat 1.
No, he rolled a 7 and a 15.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You're right. I forget about the second number all the time. So yeah, it goes about 30 feet and lands amongst the rubble right here. Or yeah, there you go. Well, that's 25 from this square, 30 from this square.
For the record, I think dagger is 2060, FYI.
Yeah. So it lands right there, and now you all watch as the panther disappears from sight.
All right, we'll see
And
it.
our other fire has not been dissipated.
No, I'll let go. I'll drop darkness at that point.
Yeah, but wait. Yeah, but you
Wait.
passed through the campfire first.
Yeah, with the darkness.
But the campfire wasn't magical fire, so it wouldn't
Is
have
it
gone out.
only magical fire?
Yeah, I believe it just
It just
light
it
otherwise.
would have been a flash of pure darkness for a second.
Okay, yeah. No, the fire is still there. It's only magical light. Alright, so that's your turn, I'm assuming?
Correct.
Alright. Kovash.
How high up this wall is this thing?
What thing?
The beast thing that I just attacked and then ran away.
It's not up any wall. You just saw it take off through one of the holes in the wall, and then immediately afterwards lost sight of it as it just blacked out.
And the darkness dropped.
Did you drop the darkness at the end of your turn? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Then yes, then the darkness dropped. And you can see its tail as it's taking off.
I have 40 movement. Can I get to the square I'm pointing out?
Where'd you point out? Can you do it again? You can get there.
Got difficult terrain.
Yeah, it's... Oh, yeah. So, yeah. Most of that's difficult terrain.
15, 20, 25, 35, and I think that's my limit.
35 isn't doubling your... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I just went this way and then up.
Okay.
So it'd be 25 to get here, 35
Yep.
here, right?
Yeah.
Or is
No,
that
you're right.
30?
Anything else for you?
I-
What's that?
I'm checking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll pull out the trident and just throw the trident at us.
Go for it. Y'all have the most random assortment of weapons.
And my trident clatters to the ground.
Oof.
Why do we both roll 2s on that?
Alrighty. Dikuth. Or Bjolf, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bjolf.
Okay.
You do
So,
watch as
is
this
he-
image comes back up, by the way. You watch as the displacer starts displacing.
Would you say it is within 60 feet of me?
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. I would like to use this, please.
What? Blood puppet.
I've used this before. This is how I dragged Dikuth's body.
From the impalement of a skin-covered man.
I do not remember this spell at all being used before.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Ooh, all right. Well, that's a 22, unfortunately.
Ah. Well, ooh.
Pretty decent con.
Yeah, sad. Okay. Well, then, that is it. for me.
Alrighty, and no bonus actions.
I
Run
don't.
forward.
I would like to move, maybe.
Sure.
A little closer. All right.
There you go. Dikuth, what are you up to? Chaos has ensued on the battlefield.
What am I up to? That is certainly the question here. Certainly the question. Well, Dikuth is going to kind of fumble his way over there.
Keep in mind that as soon as you start hitting the path that he's on, it becomes difficult to read.
You are correct. 25. Well, that's as far as I can move.
Alrighty.
Dikuth is actually going to pull out a little something here. And he is going to sleep. Level dose.
Oh, I don't think. What's that total? 36.
36.
Yeah, no. You begin humming your natural magical tune, and you throw your hand out towards it, and nothing seems to affect it, really. Nothing seems to change.
Damn it, that was a fantastic roll, too.
Anything else for you?
Dikuth, sit.
Dikuth, what? I'm sorry, you cut out.
Dikuth just kind of slumps his shoulders sadly.
Oh, alright. Jonathan, you're giant.
Yep. First, I get 2 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna take a step forward.
Yeah.
behind the elf,
Hi, Buyolf.
and then I'm gonna I'm gonna cast Entangle.
Oh boy.
Did it work last time we had large creatures?
Let's see. 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. What is the point you are choosing?
There.
Alrighty.
That green square. That's the 20 feet. That's the 20 feet.
Alright, so-
DC, you have to do a strength saving throw or be restrained against a 16.
Well, I got a natural 20
Ah.
and a 15. So one is restrained.
Wait, one?
Yeah.
Is the other one there too? I don't know that.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the other side.
Yeah, you did catch one in the other part of it.
Oh crap! I didn't know that.
But it natural 20. So the one in front of you failed.
Yes.
Oh shit! That's fine.
Yes.
It failed.
It's also difficult terrain for these guys.
I'm marking with a green dot.
And I'm just like, I got one, guys.
All right. So that one is restrained. As you all watch, those of you who are turned and can see these thick magical vines start grappling onto these cats and grabbing at their feet. And one just swipes through these thick vines. The other, watching you and dodging the trident and things that are thrown at it, gets its front forepaw caught and is immediately brought down and restrained by these vines. Alright, it is their turn then, and Sif. Alright. this one's just going to try and break out.
Gotta use this action to make a strength
Yep.
check. So we can attack you, motherfuckers.
That's not 11.
Nope, that'd be
Fail.
16.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah,
he's
yes.
stuck there for his turn.
And now these guys are in difficult terrain.
You start seeing it flail about and trying to pull itself out of these thick vines, and they just keep pulling it back to the
What is
ground.
this? Oh, from Fidel? I was like, where the fuck did you get bacon?
Yo, we can definitely hear you talk about food.
Sorry, my push to talk must have stuck.
With
I don't know why my
disadvantage
push to
towards
talk got
Sif.
stuck.
That's still an 18.
That's a miss.
Stuck down.
Oh shit. 21.
That's a hit.
I'm fucking rolling good.
And you take 5 points of cold damage.
Alright. You take.
And you're still on.
10 points of bludgeoning damage. And 5 points of piercing damage. As this thick tentacle smashes through your frost armor right on your shoulder or chest piece where it connects. And you see the ice immediately shred into the tentacle and it yelps in pain. But you take a massive blow from this creature. 10, 20. And it's going to get back to there.
Sif will follow after it,
Yep.
and will take my 2 strikes at it at disadvantage.
Go for it. Wait, hold on.
The second one's only
Oh,
a
yeah.
disadvantage if you miss.
No.
Yep.
I'm disadvantaged because of something else.
Sad.
Well, that will still hit with a 19.
The first one I'm going to smite with.
Alright, and the second one will hit.
Okay, for 12 points of radiant, 10 points of slashing, 5 points of fire. And then the second attack, 11 points of slashing, 10 points of fire damage.
Got it. Alright, yeah, as you smash into this creature with your fiery sword, it engulfs through the illusions around it, and you watch as it howls in pain, trying to get away from you immediately. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'll spend the last of my movement to get around it,
Sure thing.
blocking it.
Alrighty. Katra.
Oh! No, I'm good. Never mind. Too late.
Gotcha.
Was Austin done?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So first, I'm gonna double check. I'm gonna move up and hop on top of this little like pillar thing here.
Sure.
And then I am going to go to my handy dandy. And we are going We're gonna cast Witch Bolt. Apparently, it's not my action, so I gotta do it.
Alrighty.
It has advantage.
It has normal because it's still a displacer beast.
Oh, that's right. Cause no one has hit it yet and disabled the. Yeah.
Do you get proficiency with spell attack?
Yeah.
That's gonna hit.
Dope. I think, or I have to double check the damage. Like,
Oh no, technically. Yeah, technically you would still have disadvantage on it.
Restrained causes attack rolls.
Attack rolls. Casting a spell is not an attack roll.
It is if he's rolling a d20.
It
it's
is
a
not.
spell
He
attack
is
roll.
still casting a spell, not taking an attack. You have to
Attack-
take an attack action to do an attack roll.
No, you don't.
I literally have the rule right here. If you want to cast a spell on your turn, you take the cast a spell action. Doing so means you're not taking the attack action or any other action.
But an attack roll doesn't require an attack action. An opportunity attack is an attack roll.
It is
Attack
true
rolls
that
and
a number of
attack
spells
actions-
such as Firebolt and Ray of Frost involve making an attack, but you can't make such an attack without first casting the spell that delivers it. In other words, just because something involves an attack doesn't mean the attack action is being used. So no, it is not attack
Restrained
action,
rolls
and
on
restrain
attack
says
rolls, not
attack
attack
rolls.
action.
You're not making an attack roll. You're casting a spell.
Let it go, Don. It's not even your turn.
I still rolled a 1 for damage.
Alright. If
Well,
you
then
can find me
roll
that
other
actual
than-
ruling, we can change it, but I literally have the website up right here. From Sage
The
Advice
rule's been
by
made,
Jeremy Crawford.
Attack rolls and attack actions are different, but you made your call. We're good.
I asked if you would like to show me the evidence. I will change my ruling. Alright. So, Katra, you cast your Witch Bolt, creating that chain of lightning between you and the Displacer Beast as it's entangled and being pulled down by the spell that Jelenith had cast earlier. It whimpers in pain. It seems to be more bothered by the current vines that are entangling it. But is that your turn then, I assume?
I'm gonna yell, "Don't cross the stream of lightning."
You can't see Sif to see. You can't see him, but you can hear the.
Alright, go ahead. Kovesh, it's your turn.
Question.
Yes.
I believe Kovash's jump is long enough. If I get this 10 feet running up, can I jump over it?
I don't think so. It's pretty large and it's kind of moving with the vines and
That's
everything
fine.
hectic.
I'll just move over here and make my 3 attacks at normal.
Sure. No, you do have advantage because it's been hit now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, didn't Ketra just say don't cross the stream as you run across?
Yeah, thought he long jumped.
No, I thought he was trying to long jump
That's
over the
also isn't
creature.
Kovashin isn't hearing much right now.
Oh no! See, remember the reason was because the other one completely hid it from your view. This beast is larger than Kovash.
Oh, okay.
Ah. Does the 16 hit or no?
16 will hit. The 11 or 20, yeah. Oh, you have advantage, so yeah. So total, that's
45?
oof.
And that's not even using anything other than rage.
Yeah. Entangle is a bitch. Alright.
So new question then. Can I flavor that last one, leaving the sword in its shoulder, and use that to use the last of my movement to climb on its back?
If you give me an athletics check.
25,
Let me
because
see.
raging.
Let's see. Oh shit. Well, let's. Oh no, that doesn't equal it. Still, it rolled pretty high, so you struggle with it, but you eventually get on top.
Oh, cool.
It seems to almost push you off though with its own strength, even still being enveloped in vines. And that's your turn.
Yep.
Bjolf.
Alright. Okay. Ah, fuck. On myself at second level. That's 2d4, right?
Yep. For
Okay.
you said healing word, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I did.
2d4.
At the second level.
Plus your mod,
Oh, crap.
so 4 plus whatever your whiz is. Nice. So you begin pushing the blood back into your body.
Gross.
Well, magically, I should say. It begins.
That's so gross.
So sexy. All right.
Slurps.
And I'm going to run up and try to stab this fella right up here. Can I get up there? Or is it difficult terrain?
I think you can get like here, so.
Cool.
But I don't
so
think you
that-
can necessarily hit him yet.
No, but I can be within 15 feet of him,
Yep.
would you say?
Yep.
Cool. Excellent. And that's my turn.
Alrighty, and is that on when their turn starts they take damage, or is it on...
Wisdom save, and then if they fail, they take full damage, and yeah. I think, and it says a creature's speed is halved in the area as well.
Jeebus.
And it takes half damage on a successful save.
Okay. So then it is Dikuth's turn.
Alrighty. I am going to move. Nope, not measure. Move. 10, 20. Careful to avoid Katra's stream. And then I am going to make another attack with Shatter Spike. And that is Poopy.
That's the 26.
Yeah, it is currently at advantage, so yeah, you do hit.
Ooh, I like it.
How would you like to kill this beast that is currently restrained and being pelted by everything?
I would just like to just one quick stab into the head and I'll say, bad kitty.
So yeah, quick stab, and you don't really realize it, but you watch as Shatter Spike easily glides through the mouth and into the skull and brain of this cat as it went to bite you. And immediately its eyes go dark and fall limp and drags your arm down and off the sword.
Yuck. And then I will give Kovash a big thumbs up and apply Bardic Inspiration.
Nice. Jelenith. Unless you're moving more, Dikuth.
Nope, that's
Okay.
it.
That one's dead. Very nice. I'm gonna use my bonus action to go small.
Okay. We'll go back to the. There you
5, 10, 15, 20.
go. There you go.
Do I want to go out? Sure. 25.
You see Sif currently battling this displacer beast. Many marks are all over his armor, and this beast seems to be giving him a hard time.
And the fire on the sword.
I would take 2 bow shots at it, I guess.
Alrighty. Oof.
Natural 1. Again.
You all hear a loud thunderclap. It just echoes around the surrounding valley. Nothing else seems to happen.
Second shot.
Alright, that's gonna hit.
We'll do the charge and the thorns.
Righteous. The damage multipliers of this group. There's so many. Oh man.
So 15.
Kevin.
A lot of ones here, guys. A lot of ones.
So yeah, this lightning bolt arrow screeches into the side of this panther-like beast, right below where the tentacle attaches to the hip-like area, and it howls deep in pain as it turns. Your lightning-like burns matching the deep fire burns it has on that shoulder. Alright.
That is it.
Well, sorry, Sif. But
It's engaging.
yeah, it is. So, seeing the tides turning from this lightning, the thunder honestly scares it a little bit. You see it jump from the thunderclap, and then the immediate bolting sting. It no longer sees or hears its ally. It's gonna start taking off. Is out of sight almost immediately. Sif, what are you doing? Are you following?
Clunk, 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 clunk. While slapping myself in the face where I punched myself and putting some lay on hands into me as I am going to chase after this thing.
Alright.
Seeing Jelenith right there at least.
Well, it has gotten to the forest line, so.
Seeing that, I will stop.
Alright. Yeah, it
I'm
seems
not-
like
I'm
it's
not
pretty
going.
fast, and it's moving pretty quickly.
Is it faster than my fly?
Um, I don't know what your fly speed is off the top of my head. Is that 60?
Yeah.
I think it's. Yeah.
Possibly. There's only one way to find out.
Well, I was waiting. for
How
my turn.
fast is your fly in a jungle is the real question, I think.
I could fly above the jungle and still follow it.
How would you follow it then? It's a displacer beast. I mean, Sif, are you ending your turn there?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's up to you guys. It is clearly leaving. You guys could give chase if you'd like. Katra, it's your turn.
Oh, he definitely casts fly and flies around.
Alrighty.
He doesn't know that it ran.
Sure. So yeah, Katra, you cast fly on yourself.
Let me just double check it so I know for sure. Yeah, I'll dump it in chat.
Yep. Where
Yep.
are you headed?
Wait, so are you chasing after them then?
I would, but I can't dash. I cast fly.
So that you get there and you do see it like starting to get into the it's in the jungle, but it's starting to get out of your line of sight. 'Cause
At
of-
120 feet? Oh, I guess there's...
It's just such a
Yeah.
thick, overgrown jungle. Kovash, the body that you were atop and riding has now gone limp and fallen to the ground.
I don't think Bjolf can see because it's nighttime. But Dikuth sees Kovash grit his teeth
Oh fuck.
before charging it and making an attack at each of them.
Alrighty.
21 and 16, 21 Dikuth, 16 Bjolf.
I assume that hits Dikuth. Beowulf, that does not hit.
It does not.
Dikuth takes 15 points of slashing damage.
Damn.
But yeah, Kovash's teeth are kind of gritted in a painful looking grimace.
I'm also gonna need him to make a wisdom save.
Oh no.
He just became hostile.
Well, he's standing in my spirit guardians.
Oh, snap away. He
If I
did.
remember, I think at the start of Spirit Guardians, you can designate specific creatures not to make a save, but I understand if Kovash is not one of those.
He's not.
What's your DC?
Hold on. It is 15.
That's a fail. Give me the damage.
Yes. Okay. There you go.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting. Did you describe what these looked like, by the way?
Wolves.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Most
the
like
blood
my own
wolves.
like have wolves.
Yeah. So,
And when they attack
oh,
him, I don't want them to bite him. I want them to jump into his mouth and choke him, because they're made of blood.
all right. So yeah, Kovash, as you Well, Dikuth, you immediately feel just blinding pain as the sword is drawn across your rib cage and stomach, almost disemboweling you. And then, Bjolf, you're able to quickly get your shield up into the way as you're surprised by this attack. And because of it, your spirit guardians are able to do damage as the wolves run and begin entering into his mouth and choking him in and forcing the air out of his lungs. And then it's your turn, Bjolf.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna quick cast. Well, no, I guess I can't because that's a concentration spell, isn't it? Okay. I'm just gonna attack him with the sword.
Oh god, Entangle's going to affect there, ain't it?
One blink. Go.
Hits.
Sweet. There you go.
The sword does not seem to have as much of an effect as it normally does when cutting through people.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, by the way, you should take a little bit more damage than that 3d8 because I forgot about this.
Yeah.
So I think you also get 5 extra on top of that 16.
7. There's 2 plus spell level.
Spirit
Yeah.
Guardians is a third level spell.
Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good.
All right. Dikuth, Kovash just attacked you. What are you doing?
That instigation between the GM and the player.
Having this happen again, Dikuth is kind of just, he's over it. So he is going to pull out to reach Aaron's flute. And he is going to cast Suggestion at level 2, or it is a level 2 spell. And you have disadvantage on the save, and he's going to say, drop your weapons and go sit in the corner.
Every time you play this flute, I just imagine it's the Willy Wonka flute.
Absolutely. I imagine that in my head at this point as well.
You casting that on both of us, or just?
No, it's just Kovash.
You
Yeah,
go
so
to the corner.
wisdom saving throw, Kovash.
Yes, it is a wisdom's. No, it's a. What is it?
Wisdom.
It is a wisdom save, yeah. And you have disadvantage.
And I believe I'm not immune to being charmed. I'm just advantage against it.
Yeah, your mic is really weird, but yeah.
But I don't know if this is actually a save against charm.
Ah, shit, I forgot your now.
Half elf.
Usually it would say a creature that is immune to charm. Yep, creatures that can't be charmed are immune to this effect.
I'm not immune to being charmed. I have advantage against it. But this doesn't say it applies the charmed condition either.
That's a good question. Let's look.
Well, if he ends up hitting the 17, he passes.
Yeah, no, it does not impose the charm condition, so it's a fail.
So I guess we wait till my turn, right?
Yep. Jonathan, if you're done, take it.
Yes, I am done.
John. Oh, you're muted.
I see the creature run off. I assume it's because of all of the loud noises we just made, especially with the bow. I'm going to yell out, we need to get out of here. Everybody knows where we are now because of me. We need a different spot. Now. I'm gonna head back towards the fire
Okay.
and put the fire out.
Okay. It goes easily out. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, that's it.
You do notice that Kovesh is in the middle of having a sword fight with Dikuth and Bjolf at the moment.
Too busy wanting to get out of this place now.
Panther, the Displacer double dashes deeper away. Sif, what are you doing?
I'm gonna walk around this way to go listen, to go find out what the sound of cling, clang, clang still going on is. And I'm gonna see all that happening, and I'm going to hold my action if Kovash attempts to strike at them. I'm going to use my last spell slot on and cast Command.
Okay.
And say grovel.
Okay. Katra.
Jalaneth, or he like looks at the displacer beast like run off, and it looks at Sif and Jalaneth like, okay, and he essentially like swoops over. Let me double check, make sure I have movement. Yeah, he swoops over to Jalaneth and is like, so you know probably where what has a good place to like lay low? That displacer beast. So we should probably track it back to its den and then kill it and then stay at its den. Also, what's going on over there? Do I see Kovash just like going at it again?
Oh yeah.
And I didn't take an action this turn yet, correct?
Not that I know of.
I am going to cast Sleep. And it will be in. I have a range of 60, right? And it's a 20 feet.
Let's just put everybody to sleep.
If I'm correct, it's a 20-foot radius, right?
I believe so.
So if I put it there,
Did you put it up? Oh yeah. 20 feet of a
Correct,
point.
it's not enough to put me to sleep anyways.
You can't go to sleep
Where's
because your fate
yeah,
ancestry.
So
Oh yeah, I'm immune to
I
magical
don't.
sleep.
It doesn't matter. I'll end you there because you didn't make enough for Kovash, and Dikuth can't be put asleep, and you didn't make enough for Bjolf either. So you begin your spell, and you cast to the point, and you watch as this haze of darkness settles and dissipates, and you notice Dikuth yawn a little bit, but other than that, it's nothing really.
I look at Jonathan like I ain't got nothing.
Alrighty.
We gotta go.
Kovash.
Wisdom save. No. +15.
+5 already. Yeah, and then Kovash drops the sword, and
I technically did say weapons, so.
Technically,
then-
Kovash.
now that save.
Technically, Kovash. Suggestion ends when your companions attack them.
Yeah, but Spirit Guardians isn't an attack. I took damage, but there was no attack roll.
Okay. Then yeah, you're right. Alright.
That's the difference.
No, if any of your companions damage the target, the spell ends.
Oh.
That
Yeah,
is suggestions caveat.
Then Kovash is still gritting his teeth.
What was the trigger for command?
If he swings,
Oh, my bad.
I end my rage.
Hey!
hey!
And Kovash looks around confused as these wolves start biting into him.
No, like
No.
they're like forming out of your eyes. Like the blood is starting to trickle and it's like forming into a wolf that flies away as you're
What the hell's going on as he just tries to punch Bjork?
And hold purse, or I'm sorry, command, grovel. Give me a wisdom save.
True?
Wow.
Jesus.
Grovel on the ground.
So you magically feel your body tense, force itself to its knees, and get on your hand and face, your nose straight in the debris that you're standing on. And that's where we're gonna drop combat. And actually, that's where I'm gonna call it for today. Because I'm on a new schedule and I'm beat, and I think this is a decent point to stop. You guys haven't made it out of the temple yet, but we shall see next week where Dikuth's band of merry men ends up. See if they can actually make it back to the Howl of the Night. See if they can talk to their crew. See if their crew's still alive. Who knows? Let's see what other misadventures we can get up to next Sunday, 12 p.m. Central on Dikuth's Band of Merry Men. Thanks everybody for coming out. Peace.